During the summer of 2023, we moved to a remote Scottish Hebridean island to be its only two residents, along with our two pet sheep and pair of cats. These remote islands seem to retain an old-fashioned rhythm and a charm which we find encouraging us to live a more frugal and simple life, the way man was perhaps more intended to. We have an ancient stone cottage to restore, veggies to grow, livestock to build up, fish to catch and smoke, a boat to buy, and much more. Step back in time with us at the Scottish Isle.
Today we are back to the trench, and what's going to happen is it's going to be jet washed as long as we can get the jet wash working. So I've got to go and have a look at the pipes over at the tank, and there should be a way of diverting to a hose. So that's the hose we have. All it needs is that switch flicking. The tank is still filling. We know it's filling because of that drip there. Yeah. I think we might be a bit short on the hose, but never mind. Let's go and get the jet wash. We bought this months ago for the place that we lived in the Borders. It's never been used. So it's going to be an experience for everybody. Now this fitting, common hose connector to a jet wash, doesn't come with this. You'd find these in any hardware store. It has taken us nearly a month to get this. Don't ask me why. Delivery problems, sourcing issues. Couldn't find one in the closest towns, but we finally got this about a week ago, and this was a missing component to getting this job done. So this attaches to this, and this attaches to the back of that, and then this attaches to that hose. So let's see if everything works.
I might have to stand corrected on Nigel here. I thought he was a sheep. I thought the skull is small enough that it could be Hebridean sheep. But I think maybe the horns are a bit too long for that. So I looked it up, and, well, at the age of 41, you can still learn plenty of new things. I didn't know we had wild goats in Scotland, but we do. They're a rare thing. So, good old Nige, eh? Could be a goat.
Job done. Now it just needs carrying into the house. I kept a few bits over here because I can use those for a little bit of work that needs to be done in the cabin. So that should keep a few of you happy. But this is now all going to go in the house to dry out, and it makes the perfect kindling. Get you.
What are your first impressions? It's very windy.
Yeah, I know. Well, my first impressions is it's much deeper than I expected. Now all the dirt and the mud's coming out of it, we're gaining probably what? In some places half a foot.
A lot of loose stone, eh?
This is the reason why. But it is, it's an actual bedrock. That's you can see where they dug into it to channel it down. So it wasn't exactly as we decided. What we've got to do is, well, this is going to take several passes. It's not going to be done in one go. When it is all cleaned out completely, then we've got to decide whether or not it's worth anchoring. There will be this skirt, but whether or not we need to do anything with this, or whether we can.
Look at the state of that window behind you.
All this foam.
It's terrible, isn't it?
What who did that? Any idea?
Just left all the foam like that. And it shouldn't be right out against the side of the... It shouldn't be flush with the side of the building, should it? It should be further in.
Well, we found the window, didn't we? Down there.
Yeah.
Which was in there, which was sunken. Much further in. But yes, look at the floor.
The floor.
So here is an actual bedrock. All these loose stones need taking out, because I've just compacted over the years. But
yeah, well, we'll see how it flows.
Well, this is doing its job.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Well, it's draining away.
It's insane how much more.
Well, I can see.
This has all just come out of there. And most of it is actually in the trench, on the bottom of it, not on the sides. Why are you holding that candle?
We've got a power cut.
It's the first power cut since we've been here.
Very high winds. So there's an engineer on the way. Scottish Southern Electric inform us. But I doubt he's got a boat. So maybe, hopefully the problem's over on the mainland and he can just fix it from over there. Otherwise we'll be out out of power till at least tomorrow. Yeah.
How romantic. This is cheese rolls by candlelight.
Well, look at your candle holders.
Yeah, I made these. These are like dirty cups. I can't see to do any washing up. I can't see to do anything. Look, I've got my phone. I've got 2 candles. I'm trying to make myself a cheese roll. I was going to make you one, but you don't want a cheese roll, do you?
No, thank you.
Good.
I'm going to have some real food.
I might end up having 2 cheese rolls then. But this is roughing it.
Well,
I'll tell you what, I'm really warm. We've got 3 fires on now for the first time. So the one in the bedroom, the one in the living room, and this one.
Take you for a walk to show you. That's cracking. It is really warm.
It's really warm.
Maybe it's because we've been running about. Here's the stove, which is, it's just an absolute belter. The amount of heat it throws out is amazing. And then, I know it's pitch black, you can't see, but through to the bedroom. We haven't really been using this fire yet because we haven't needed to. But everything's working really well. All the chimneys are drawing, and I love this fireplace. I hope when we make this into the living room, we can keep this here. There's a certain technique to keeping this fire going. You can't overload it because then the smoke does come out into the room. But so long as there's a good flame, the smoke goes up and out. I'm off to go and kill some old tree stumps off that have been chopped down, and they're putting out sucklers and they make strimming difficult. So I'm going to starve them with light, put a tarp over them, kill them off that way rather than using any pesticides or any crap like that. on you! Remember the seawater I collected all those episodes ago? Well, a friend told me that it was too peaty, it wouldn't have enough saline content to make into salt, and I agreed with him. So I finally collected more from a different part of the island. I'm going to strain it through the sieve with an old cotton t-shirt on top, and just keep, this is the biggest pot I've got, so I'm just going to keep topping it up. I've got 6 of these. I'm going to keep topping it up over the next number of days and just let it slowly evaporate, and the heat of the fire will do the job. It's the pot that's brown, by the way. That's the colour of the seawater. Nana's old scalded soup pot. Not the best cook she was, bless her soul.
As widely reported as this, I don't know what it's called, this storm front that we've got coming in, Storm Bernard, whatever it is, we haven't had it that bad. The winds have been moderately high, and yes, even though the power was taken out, it was taken out actually on the mainland, which then connects to us, because the power lines actually go over the sea. I'll see if I can film that one time and show you. But yeah, we haven't had it that bad. So we've had much worse. So as you can hear, it's windy and the waves are picking up a bit more than usual. But other than that, it's been dry, which has been a blessing.
One half done.
Well, it's not done. It's the first go. It's going to take 2 or 3 goes to get it all completely done.
So you can see a lot better how they've built it now, and it does need that a bit of a skirt putting on it.
Get that done. Just obviously around here it's a bit trench warfare.
Help, help, I'm being repressed.
Right, this is the bedroom. When we first moved in, this was the area that, from my point of view, was just like hellishly damp. You walked in that room and all you could feel was damp straight away, and obviously because of the bed is then against that wall and I'm sleeping on this side, I'm facing all that dampness, and I couldn't sleep because I just feel it all the time. Well, there's a reason why that was happening, because you see how deep this is.
Yeah. Yeah,
the
you
mud,
couldn't see that at
the
all.
mud was up to here.
Yeah, you couldn't see that corner.
So the mud was literally up to that point there. And all that mud has just been washed out of there now. So that's why it was retaining all that water and moisture in this. What you've got now is, see, this is an actual bedrock here, and that's the house on top of it. This is not the house. It's that heel, this. So
Why let it get so bad? I don't understand.
but what I was saying, the point is the level of the house is now, well it will be when it's finished, because it's not finished, especially in that corner, because it goes down even lower in that corner.
Yeah, you can see how it shouldn't be sitting in any water or dirt at all.
No. And it was, and so all the water was dripping down from over here, dripping down through here, running along into this trench, which was, you know, at least, let's say, just shy of a foot higher than it is now, definitely a foot higher in that corner, and the water was then just seeping into the floor of the house. Because now, as it should be, this is now lower than the floor of the house.
Yeah. Just got to repeat.
Just keep doing it and doing it. I mean, if you just, here, give us the phone a minute, I'll just show you how these are cleaning up. Again, there's still a long way to go with these. But eventually, all the roots and all the dirt and mud will be out of this.
It also needs cleaned off here, doesn't it?
Yeah, all that needs digging out, and that trench needs to be deeper and wider. Yeah, this is going to completely resolve this damp issue we've got at the back of the house. There's no doubt about it. But I am really shocked by how much mud was in the base of this.
I don't like your paint job.
Yeah,
Very
well,
nice.
hang on a minute. It's like I haven't finished. Do you know when you do those jobs and people come along and like complain all the time?
Is that a snail?
Yeah, he escaped. Look, he escaped Armageddon.
A lone survivor.
There haven't been that many insects in this. I found two artifacts. Excuse me. There's a key over here.
Is that an old key?
Yeah, there's an old key around there somewhere. It's underneath all the rocks, but it bubbled up when I was jet washing it.
I was just wondering this morning if the key for the bedroom door might be somewhere. Maybe that's it.
It could be. Got to find it again though. But it's definitely there. So halfway through the day, and this is what's been achieved. This trench here also goes down to the bedrock, and it leads all the way there to the outlet point. But we're now going to start on this side. So I'm over at the other side of the trench, or we both are now, and it's proven to be a bit of a much worse than the other end, simply because the elevation's all wrong. So obviously you're cleaning it out and all the water's just coming back on you. So we have to create a trench. We'll flip this over. This is the problem. So the water's draining away, as you can see. But we're getting to this point here where that really deep puddle was. And the reason it's not draining away there is because all the soil has been allowed to build up here. And we've now got to dig a trench to drain the water away. And the mess is what it is. That can all be tidied up at some point. But right now, the reason that there's the S-bend in that is because there's two massive rocks either side. So that's why we had to go that way. This pipe obviously doesn't want to be taking any of this sludge and slurry, it just wants to be taking the water, so it's been pulled out for now. You're enjoying yourself? Yeah, me too. So this is where we ended up. This trench had to keep being dug deeper and deeper because we couldn't get the water to drain off from this particular point. And the reason is that just where that pipe is, it hits bedrock, and we can't dig down any deeper without really using some kind of drill, jackhammer, and then it will drain off perfectly. But it made a mess. Hello Jeeves. And let me just jump in here and walk you through. As I said earlier, the amount of mud that came off this was just incredible. But now you can see where the water's pooling. We can decide whether or not we want to fill these pieces in with limecrete to get a smoother runoff. But that jet wash did a perfect job. This is not finished. All these loose stones need taking out. Here it's still more slightly elevated than it should be, so it means there's more compacted mud under those stones. All this needs cleaning off properly. These obviously came up very well. But this here, the depth of the mud, off the scale, down to this point, which makes sense because it is the lowest point, so the mud has just been washing down here and the debris from the trees has just been falling and no one's been cleaning it. And I don't think this has been cleaned for a very long time. But you can see that the water is still trickling out from the piece in the wall where we have the water flooding issue. But all this will be cleaned up in the next few days. I'll just get the jet wash on it on a less powerful spray and it will just wash all this down into this trench. But this obviously needs sorting out properly. Let me just go a bit further down. It all needs lining with stone. So, you know, it's a much bigger job, but that's the natural kind of stream that flows down to the sea. So what we'll do is we'll take a few days off from this and then we'll come back and do a bit more. But yeah, job well done. Happy with this. Well, as happy as you can be at this stage.